Hi everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading for the heart and soul. I'm Cheryl. Hi. And I am the author and artist of the Fractal decks, Path of the Soul, Divine Guidance, and Return of Spirit deck. Okay, so last week I said we were giving away a deck of the Return of Spirit. So our winner is Sonia Nordberg. And I've replied to you, Sonia, so you need to email me. Congratulations to you. And for everyone else that entered, don't worry. I've decided that I am going to be doing regular giveaways of different decks, my book, A Seed of Love, and 30-minute personal readings, which are way more specific to you than just our group readings that we do here, even though I know they really resonate with you guys. Oh, and a big shout out to Awakening to Spirit channel here on YouTube. If you guys haven't checked her out, her name is Cindy. She does lovely readings. She uses a bunch of different decks, but she does use my decks in some of her readings too. And they're really great, you guys. So I suggest you go see her, Awakening to Spirit. Okay, for today's reading, we are doing direct message from Spirit. And I really like that because it leaves it open for the universe to really bring through whatever it is without us pigeonholing it into a specific topic. So I'm kind of excited for this one. So again, as always, we're doing our two-tiered reading, right? So the base of our reading is going to be our choices of one of our kick-butt Buddha monks. So this will be choice 1, choice 2, or choice 3. And I will do my very best this week to not mix them up because I did that last week. I'm so sorry. But you got the message that you needed regardless. Okay. So that is our first tier. So in addition to that, which is going to make it much more personal, I'm going to do some charms, going to pull charms with these and 1 or 2 additional cards to go in with that meaning to really pull it together because I really like the combo of cards. So we have Smile, Sparkle, and Shine. And I hope I got those right. I can't see them. So this will be choice A, choice B, or choice C. Okay. So take your time, settle yourself, really just go with what your heart calls you for your reading today. And you are always more than welcome to pick more than one of each tier, whatever your heart desires. Okay. I will see you guys in our first reading. Hi, Group 1. I hope you are enjoying the last throes of summer, and those for you on the other hemisphere, I hope you're enjoying the beginnings of spring. All right, let's see what we have here. We are going this way. Okay, right off the bat, we have Shenrizi, which is a manifesting card. It's all about like realizing that the struggle that you're perceiving isn't actually a struggle, or the way that you're understanding what is happening out here in your reality. So hold on here. Let's see what else is here. We have Birth of Angels, which is a master number 44. This one often comes, you guys, when you're feeling really alone in the world, and it feels like, you're alone as far as actual people in your life not feeling understood or having that deep emotional connection, whether that's with friends or lovers or whatnot. And it's especially true of feeling like, Spirit has abandoned you, like, they just threw you down onto earth and said, okay, well, you enjoy it. We'll be back to pick you up in 60 years or 90 years or whatever. So there is an element of depression, but there's also a huge element of awakening that comes with the Birth of Angels card. Okay. All right. And we have illuminate. And this is really about stepping into yourself, stepping into your light, really overcoming these beliefs and patterns that we live in, you know, that voice that kind of surrounds us and attaches to us and holds us back from being who we really are. Okay. And we have resolutions. So, you know, that card means exactly what the title is. So I'm going to move these guys forward just a little bit. That it is about things resolving, or things kind of like, I often see this as like a puzzle. These are like puzzle pieces. And it feels that way in our life sometimes, that our life is this great big puzzle, and we're trying to put all these pieces and aspects together in a way that makes sense, not on a logical level, but on a heart level, that, you know, this area of my life is congruent with who I am. And, you know, like, so my personal life, my work life, my emotional life, my romantic life, and having all of these kind of fit together in a way that that is authentic and true to the expression of who you are. And so I feel like, you know, they're talking about, you know, feeling kind of overwhelmed with the way life is, or the way life has been, that Birth of Angels card. And it's kind of asking you to step out and step forward, and not to allow your mind to tell you that, oh, life is crap right now, or, you know, that the universe has abandoned me. And this is more about you really coming into your own power and your own light. And kind of like through those perception changes, through changing the wording that you're using with yourself, from detaching from these thoughts, ideas, beliefs, voices that live inside of us that aren't even us, by creating some space and really coming into more of awareness, it helps us to naturally manifest a life that is more congruent to our divine essence versus this false self that lives in the mind. Okay, so there's more to this reading. Let's see what else they're doing. But I do have to say, you guys, and whether you resonate with angel energy or not, you know, angels are these more evolved divine beings who are here to energetically assist us through this process of being incarnated. And I feel like this really is a strong message for you guys, that your guides and your angels, they are here with you. So if this has been something that you've been questioning or asking, like, I really want to reassure you that they are here, they are with you. And, you know, this reading is a direct message from Spirit, and they are directly coming into your reading today, you guys, to say you are not alone in this. You are not alone in what you're perceiving as a struggle. This is your opportunity for growth, to grow through these things so that you can really illuminate your life and create, because you are a creator as a soul, create a life that is rich with abundance and joy and peace and happiness. Okay, so let's see what I need this one, and I'm gonna I gotta go with this one. Sometimes, you know what, I can't ignore them, and it drives me nuts. But don't tell the other groups we had to draw you guys out an additional card. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have power. And that is talking about your personal power. And I come across this a lot. There's a lot of you guys who, because you're on this spiritual path, and you know your aim or intention is to operate from a place here within your heart, that a lot of the times you're rejecting your sense of power, misinterpreting power as a masculine force. You know, the idea of power we have grown up with is more of this masculine force, authority, control. And that power card is so not about force, authority, and control. That power card is talking about you really truly resting from that place of your heart, and that from your authentic self, from your divine essence, that what you emanate from you is truth. It is God, right? Emanating out of this amazing human body that you've been blessed to have. And that this kind of power is very balanced between both masculine and feminine energies. And so it's a way of being true to you. And in that power, it's the kind of power that is quiet and gentle, but it's very there. And it awakens or helps others, gives them this unconscious permission that when they meet you, they're like, wow, this person is so present and here and within themselves, and it's amazing, and I want that for me. And it like inspires other people to awaken to themselves, to claim their own power. So, you know, I feel like with that Illuminate card coming out, which is about you really shining out here in the world authentically as you are, and that power card, they're talking about that being a part of this essence that you are here to learn, which you're challenged with, right? In power situations and relationships. But that's ultimately a part of what you are here to emanate and bring forth out into the world, right? And that's often why we get challenged with it so much in that process of learning. The other card that we have here is the Simplicity card. And I have a feeling I know what they're talking about, but I want to see, this is the additional card that they made me. Okay, and we have the Intuition card. So I just want to reiterate, okay, you guys, you can see these spirals of galaxies. It's a double spiral, and it's filled with mini spirals, okay? So that is the nature of fractals, that it's self-similar. But wherever there's spirals in a reading, they're talking about healing, right? And it feels to me like they're kind of talking about this connection, you're feeling, knowing, and understanding your own personal connection to the universe and to your guides. And, you know, just the flavor that I'm feeling in this reading, that there is a lot of doubt going on, or that you're feeling kind of hopeless, or that, you know, like, you know, I have this intention of, you know, really being within myself, within my truth, and operating from a place of integrity and in my intuition, and just really following what Spirit wants. But I have no idea what the hell does Spirit want. And what Spirit is saying is, you know, we are absolutely here. And I feel like that Intuition card coming out, it is saying that it's time for you guys to really trust your intuition. And that is a whole process in and of itself. But I also feel like they're talking, because we have the Shenrizi card, which is about things coming into manifestation for us, that it's more about letting go of what your mind is telling you you want. You know, like, for example, we're like, I want $1 million. I want to lay on a beach for the rest of my life, and that's what I want to manifest. And it's like, yes, abundance is wonderful, but that's more of an the false self mind need in this place of need. And it's kind of asking you to come into this place of the heart, into the intuition, and going, what do I need on a core level to make my life come together in a way that really is congruent for me? And it is about also trusting what comes when you are asking that. And I also feel like I wouldn't be surprised over the next few weeks that you guys start to see signs from your guides and angels. And I don't want to say, oh, you find a feather, because it's so much more complex than that. And oftentimes, spirit uses the mouths of others to speak through to get you a message. So if you find you have multiple people telling you the same thing, or you keep getting a similar message, you watch this YouTube video and you get this, and then you watch another video, and then on social media, and then your girlfriend says this, and your best bud says that, and okay, so that's the kind of messages, because I really feel like there's some sort of divine intervention kind of coming into your life to kind of wisp you up into the grasp to help you move forward. And with that simplicity card, it's kind of saying, okay, you know what? Come out of your head, because the thinking mind is going to complicate everything. It naysays, it's negative, it doubts, and it says, well, how are you going to do that? And how can you la, 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 la? It's really time for you guys to really sit with your own power and your own truth, and really connect to your own intuition, which is your own direct line to spirit. Okay, that is what they're talking about. And there is some sort of alignment coming into your life, and they're trying, through this reading to reassure you and get you to wake up to more than just what your mind is telling you or perceiving. Okay, now there is more to your reading. We have our second tier: smile, sparkle, or shine. And likely it'll be a different message that's going to complement this in a way that'll really bring it home for you guys. Okay, so hit the like if you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in just a sec. Hi, group 2. How are you? Let's see, what is your direct message from spirit? Let me move this out of the way a bit. Let's see what we have here. We're going this way. Okay, third eye. So, right off the bat, they're talking about your intuition. They're talking about your spiritual seeing, right? And so oftentimes, things, I'm going to explain. Okay, hold on. So we also have renewal, which is a spiral. And this one, wherever there's spirals, there's growth and healing taking place. And I think that it was just last week this card came out too. So if those of you who received this card last week also, there's something in the message here that hasn't been fully integrated yet. That's why you're getting it again. But this is a relationship card. And, oftentimes it's talking about looking back to our family dynamics, to the foundation of us, that kind of imprinted us with our idea of what relationships look like, how our partner is going to treat us based on how we were treated and how we experienced life with our primary caregivers. And it is talking about some sort of renewal in these relationships. And what I was saying with the third eye card is that it is about spiritual seeing, because, we can have this perspective of, my parents or, my caregiver, my primary caregivers, they were this and they were that and they were terrible and they didn't do this and that. And, we have our hurts and we carry our stuff with those relationships. And this is with the third eye. It's more like about taking a more spiritual perspective towards those relationships, kind of like, not saying that anything that very harmful that they did was okay, but more that they were operating at the level of consciousness that they were at that time. And, do you understand what I'm saying? I hope that you do. I want to read the rest of the cards, so I'll get into this a little bit more in just a second. But that third eye card is talking about your intuitive development, your intuitive opening, your connection to spirit, but also this, more intuitive connection and spiritual point of view here in your reality as well in regards to your relationships. What? Okay. And we have the reflections card. And I always see this guy, like, it's actually quite a lovely card because we again have spirals, you guys. So huge growth, huge healing. And this to me is like the inner wall of like the subconscious. And there's all this water, which is like emotions, and it's being reflected onto this water. And that water is like pouring down. And it's like the flow of emotions, the flow of energy, because water is life source. So the reflections card is talking about making some sort of retreat, kind of pulling back from the world. And I don't mean that in the terms of a complete disengagement from the world, but this is a direct message from spirit, and they're kind of saying, hey, just a minute, time out. You need a breather. You need to create some space just for you. And so that can be like a little bit of pulling back from your relationships so that you have a little bit more time each day that you dedicate to you. And that reflections card is more about a, outer world, inner world, and like taking a bit of a time out from the outer world to really go within, to make your assessments, to make connection to what is alive and living inside of you in the subconscious mind. So things like meditating or quiet journaling, and really getting into those deeper spots that sometimes they're tender and we don't mean to, but we just like, I want to avoid those places in me. And, it's good for a time, but eventually, we need to take the time to begin to consciously look at these things. And I feel like the message from Spirit is, looking at your relationships, especially family relationships, and the dynamics that occurred back then and how they're affecting your relationships now. Because by becoming aware, sitting with that awareness and looking at it from this more detached observer point of view, instead of being the you who experienced it, more of that higher kind of perspective, it literally brings light to the shadow parts within you. And there's more of an acceptance of self, a deeper integration of self. And it's strange how it works to just really help us come to a place of acceptance of what was, and acceptance of what is, that ultimately begins to create, because it changes your sense of self-love and your perspective on what your childhood was, that it actually creates a renewal in your relationships, past and present, right? That people begin to respond to you differently because you are operating from a completely different place. You're not operating from a place where, your shadows, your hurts, your wounds, your soft spots are all just like achy and reactive, and they're running the show here. That you shine this light of consciousness through the spiritual perspective, and it really brings a profound healing to that, and the energy of how you are in your relationship changes, and then these relationships change. Okay, so let's see. Oh my goodness. I love that we have this card. This is the expansion card, and it is like high energy, happy, out there kind of energy. It's with the yellows and reds, and there's tones of pinks and oranges in here. It's very much like the base chakras, the lower chakras. And this is, you know, like, oh, I do have to point out, and there's hints of green in here as well. Sorry, I'm trying to get the glare off. So you have oranges, pinks, reds, and greens. And I really feel like they're talking about coming from this place where you're operating more from your heart versus this place of like old wounds, right? And like this, there's so much energy in this, and it's such a contrast energy to the cards that we have laid down here. So I feel like the message from Spirit to you is that this whole thing that you've gone through this entire time is a part of your, you know, your expansion, your growth, your coming into your power, because we have so much yellow, which represents the heart chakras, and really opening up to those channels of creativity, you know, through our lower two chakras. And this really is about coming out into the world, so that, you know, I feel like what they're talking about here is this kind of reassessment and inner work and personal growth work that needs to happen here. And through that, there's this, you know, much deeper, more profound spiritual connection with yourself, with your essence. And this is more about you opening up out here in a new way that is much more empowered, much more grounded. I want to say grounded because we have so much red, which is root chakra. And I feel like there's a lot of creative, like the creative channels kind of open up here, because I feel like there's something waiting here for you to kind of discover within yourselves. And I can't explain what that feeling is. And because it's a group reading, it's going to be different for each of you. But I just want to remind you that the channels that our creativity flow through in us is the exact same channel that our intuition flows through us. And so there's some sort of clearing out of stuff happening here for you guys that really kind of opens you up to a deeper level of some of your own gifts and creative force. So that's like, that's amazing. It's almost like they're saying, okay, you know what? Yeah, you've got some work to do. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but you are going to grow through this. You are going to expand through this, and through this process. You know, you've got, they're like dangling the carrot, you know, that expression of dangling a carrot for the donkey to get it to go forward. And they're kind of dangling this carrot out for you that, you know, it's worth the work to work on this stuff inside of you, because there's something really beautiful right here waiting for you, right? Okay, so let's see what the last part of the message is here for you guys with this level 1. And right off the bat, I see them right away. Bam. Okay. So I'm just going to stick these over here. And we, wow. And we have the manifest card. And I really want to say that I feel like, you know, in one way, what I was talking about with this creativity, this creative force, these gifts that you have, I feel like they're talking about that clearing out that they're talking about here brings you into a place where you really do begin to manifest, right? Because the energy of who you are, the repeating thoughts, beliefs, perceptions of your life is what manifests your life on a daily basis. And I feel like they're talking about this kind of healing and this kind of shift that really does initiate this change in your relationships. But I feel like really changes how your gifts are manifested or brought forward out of you, out into the world. And the reason I'm saying that is because the other card that is here is the celestial card. Okay. And the celestial card in the booklet, I wrote, when it comes to our path and purpose, we get these quiet, like intuitive third eye, intuitive nudges about, I feel like I could do this, I could do that. And then the mind steps in and goes, what? Are you crazy? You've never done a reading in your life. Who do you think you are? You could do card readings on YouTube, right? Just as an example. And the mind just kind of steps in and squelches all these little intuitive hints about what our path and purpose is. And the celestial card is talking about us, wanting this magical scroll to fall from the heavens, and we receive it and we open it up and it says, Jane or John, you are here to do da da da. And we read it and we're like, oh, this is the sign I've been waiting for. The universe has told me what to do. Now I can go out and live my purpose. But it doesn't work that way. The magical scroll doesn't fall from the heavens. We don't get this flashing neon sign that says, this is your purpose. But, with what the cards are saying today, this message that's coming through for you is that you are on your path to really stepping into your purpose. Okay. And that it is manifesting for you. And, before a lot of the times, before we really step into our path and really claim it and own it, we need to do a little bit of housekeeping first so that our home, our space is presentable and open for business. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So I want to say, just hold on, you guys, because there's a lot coming here as far as your creative force, your gifts, what you're here to really do. Okay. And I feel like that's the strongest part of that message today. Now, there is still part 2 to do, which is going to personalize this for you even more with some charms and cards. So we have choice A, choice B, or choice C. All right. So hit the like, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in just a minute. Hi, group 3. Okay, so let's see. What is the direct message Spirit has for you today? Okay, we are going this way. Whew. We have the work card. This one also came out last week, so I'm going to say this again, that if you're getting a card that you have just received in one of your last readings, there's something about the message in that still hasn't been fully integrated within you. So they're bringing that message to you again. Okay. Okay. We have the creative card. This one came out also. And we have Earth Angel. And we have rewards. Okay. And I always see this card as like this. To me, it kind of looks like a rocket, and it is shooting straight up into the cosmos. And I have to say, I feel like on one level, with what I'm seeing here, that the universe is talking about like a pat on the back. It's like a good job, you guys. You're doing well. Like, you're doing awesome. And I feel like you guys really do need to hear that, because you're so freaking hard on yourself sometimes that, all you can see is where you still have to work on yourself, and you still have work to do on your lives, and you still have to, develop this and work on that and da da da. And it's like the universe is talking about you getting that kind of feedback back, whether it's through this video and there in real life, that you are doing a good job. And I know that sometimes that's hard to take in, but you do need to hear that, because I'll explain why I'm saying that. Because we have the Earth Angel card out here, and you guys, when this card comes out, you guys are the sensitives of the world. You are the empaths. You are the caretakers, the caregivers, the ones who are here to be in service. You're the ones whose hearts just feel into the situations of everyone around you, and you're always the one who's here and ready to help somebody else if they need help. You are like this earth angel, okay? And they're talking about, like, I feel like they're trying to give you those allocates, like, yes, you are doing awesome. You need to keep going. You're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing right at this time. However, there's something else going on here, because I feel like they're talking about some sort of reward out here in physical world as well. So I feel like they're kind of saying, just hang on, because there's some good stuff coming here, some juicy stuff coming here. And I feel like they're talking a lot about, because we have the work card, I feel like they're talking about, when it comes to path and purpose and integrating your, spiritual work or your spiritual gifts into the work that you're doing for a living as your 9-to-5, right? Or congruently along with your 9-to-5. Because, the work card is a lot about balance. And the main message in the booklet is about balancing our human needs of money, paying rent. Eating is a really nice thing. I enjoy it. And, having some extra cash to be able to maybe buy yourself something nice, or, travel somewhere. Just ignore COVID for a minute and let me get the message out. But they're also talking about, with those human needs and that need that, the reality of this reality is that we work for those things, that it's about integrating our spiritual world into our physical reality world of work, and really coming to a place where we can make our spiritual work our real work. And there is also a message in here about balancing. So I feel like I need to give you guys a little, if you are pounding it too hard, like driving yourself too hard or being hard on yourself. And I feel that's why the universe is giving you guys a pat on the back this week. You know what? I also just noticed that we have two 1 energies happening this week. So we have the work card is 10, which 1 plus 0 equals 1. And then we have the creation card, which is 1. So they're talking about some sort of new beginnings here, you guys, that involving your work. And really, I feel like they're talking about you doing work that is more in alignment to the service that you're here to provide, because this is the Earth Angel card, because it is usually you guys who are the healers, the intuitives, the counselors, the healthcare workers. You guys could be bakers and bake cookies, but because of the love that you put into these cookies that you're offering in the world, they make people feel better when they eat them. So, I don't want to exclude anyone in what they do with this Earth Angel card, because whatever it is that you guys are doing, you're meant to be doing that as your work, as your main means of income. And with that creation card, I feel like, there's a lot about manifesting in this entire pick-a-card reading. It's kind of funny. But with this creative card, do you see how it looks like this galaxy, almost this rainbow galaxy is forming? It's coming out. And I feel like they're talking about the reality of this. See how it's like 2/3 of the way formed into this complete globe or world, right? And I feel like they're talking about it's here, it's almost here. You need to hang on, give yourself some credit, because you have been doing the work that's needed to get you to that place where you can offer your service. But there's something more to this reading. So let us get out our 2 additional cards from the Return of Spirit deck. And we are going to say, okay, no, it is that one. Okay. So this one and this one. Okay. Okay, so we have the music card. So I wouldn't doubt for some of you that the work that you do involves music in some way, whether that's sound healing, whether that's frequencies, vibration healing, singing, chanting, prayers, that sort of thing. But the music card has another meaning, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. And we have the shifting card. Okay, so I understand with these 2 cards coming out together what this message is. Okay, so, everything that I've just said so far about you integrating this and coming into doing the work that you're here to do as this earth angel, this service, and doing that for your regular 9-to-5 job, your main means of income. And with the shifting card coming out, okay, that shifting card, you see how it's kind of like, it almost reminds me of cymatics, when they put water or sand over a speaker and they play tones, and the sand all shifts into these patterns from that vibration. So there's this cymatics happening here. And what the shifting card is talking about is that, things from this point on, it's almost like this spirit's giving you a head up in this message, that things are coming into a realignment for you guys in order for you to come into this place where you are doing the work you really want to do for a living. And with that shifting card, it's talking about in that realignment, just like when the plates of the earth realign, things kind of begin to shake and rumble in your world as things are realigning. And it's about just not taking that uncertainty and the ground feeling unstable and things altering and shifting in your reality, not to take that as, oh my God, look at, this is falling away and this is changing and I don't know what to do. And to just breathe and know that everything that kind of breaks away or shifts into a different area of your life, that it's all meant to be doing that at this time, to be okay with this shifting and realigning process, okay? Because it's not going to continue shaking and rumbling forever or changing forever, that these changes are necessary just to get everything in alignment to get you right down on the path you need to be. Okay, so it is that kind of reassurance. But the other thing with that music card is that music card is also talking about going with the flow and the rhythm of how life is moving you down into this path. So I know for a lot of you there can be impatience, like, okay, you know what? Oh my God, universe, I've been waiting for him forever. Could you please just let me do my work here? Let me get on to doing work for myself, doing my service. And that I just want to remind you that is the mind, the ego, the false self. That's not your soul, because your soul knows it's coming in the exact timing it's meant to be. And so the music card is kind of asking you to disengage from the impatience, disengage from that the mind, the thinking mind, to be very present in the moment, that it's going, that you need to be going with the tempo and the rhythm that life is bringing you into this. So if it's doing this kind of slow waltz, to not try to get in there and start doing the jive and trying to get things to go move faster. You know, it's more like, okay, we're waltzing the slow step. Let's just do it at this rhythm. Do it at this pace. So, okay, so there's something about getting present here and just allowing this process that's coming up for you guys right now of things shifting and feeling unstable as things realign for you to really step into your path and purpose. Okay. All right. So there's still more to your reading. And this is going to make it even more personal. So we have our choice A, B, or C. Remember to hit the like and subscribe if you're enjoying your reading. And I'll see you guys at part 2 in just a sec. Okay, so for group A, our shine people, we'll move these guys out of the way. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dig deep, chuck some charms down here, and I'm going to draw a card to go with this. And let's see what card we are going to, I feel like this is right here. Okay, we are talking, we've got the mediumship card here, okay? So this is a part of the message that goes with that. And I want to say, you know, with that mediumship card showing up, you see how it's like a mirror of each side, and they are coming together to meet into the middle. And I feel like a part of the message for you guys, our shine people, is about, you know, for some of you, it will be encouragement to develop your mediumship skills. And mediumship can include channeling, intuitive work, you know, anything around developing your intuition. But this is also talking about, mediumship is talking about working as a middleman for spirit, right? So you could be doing anything, but you're the one who is connected, tapped in, tuned in, and working on behalf of spirit out here in the world, okay? So there is that message, and I want to see what we've got. Okay, now, we didn't get any astrological signs, so I want to just place a few more here to see. Okay, I managed to grab one here. So we have Scorpio. Where am I going to put this guy? We'll go like this. We have Scorpio up on the table. So Scorpio, that energy, this could be representing a person who's important for you this week. This could be representing you depending on your sun, moon sign, even your Venus, Mars sign. But Scorpio carries the energy of Pluto, which is breaking things down to rebuild them up again. So the word that kind of resonates with Scorpio's transformation. However, I also feel like Scorpio has the tendency, like when they feel threatened, Scorpio kind of rears its little scorpion tail and stings back, right? You guys can be very quick wit and sharp-tongued. So I feel like there's something about just being more aware this week. You know, this message from Spirit is being more aware of how you're communicating and whether you are responding or reacting to particular situations that rise for you this week that kind of get you going. We also have the letter U. I'm not sure which this is. Okay. This is an O. It is a D. Okay. We have the letter U. We have the letter D. We have S. And that looks like another U. So maybe they're saying it's all about you this week. Seriously. Okay. So what else do we have here? You know, turtle came up again last week, but I need to talk about that little turtle because I feel like turtle is talking to you about especially because that watching your reactions and how you respond to people this week, that turtle is saying, you know, you are protected. You do have your walls, you do have your shell, but you don't need to hide behind the wall of that, behind your inner walls, that it's okay to let yourself out of your shell, so to speak. Very much so is the energy I'm getting with that. And I just want to point out here, you guys, that we have, here, I'll bring it over here. We have one owl who's in mid-flight, another owl that's perched, and we have a swan. So I feel like swan, you know, the ugly duckling story, is also another story of transformation that I was saying that comes with that Scorpio energy. So I feel like they really are talking about some sort of transformation with you. But you know, the feeling is kind of like this, where you get to see yourself in a better light this week. That's how I feel. Like sometimes we're so hard on ourselves that we don't really see our inner beauty or see how beautiful our heart is until it's reflected back to us. And I feel like you guys are going to get that this week. And through this transformation or whatever's happening, we have that owl energy. And, you know, owl is the representative of wisdom, but owl is also, you know, with these big, beautiful eyes, is the ability to see through the dark. So I feel like you're able to see through some situations this week. And I feel like they're more personal situations in how you may react or respond to people. And you're kind of going to take a different path and, you know, come out from behind your protective walls and let yourself be out here in a different way. And the new ways that you're responding and reacting are really altering what's happening for you this week. And you really gain a lot out of that, a lot of wisdom out of that. But you know, especially with that peace sign sitting here, I feel like that's definitely talking about that word resolution. Just seems to be so strong for you shine guys that I really want to reiterate that, okay, that it is about the shine. Oh, and I do want to point out that we have another peace sign right here. So we have two peace signs. So they're really trying to bring that message together. And the last one that I wanted, okay, I'm reading more than I intended to, but we have two shells. So again, it is about you, you know, being mindful of your walls and how you're protecting yourself and kind of coming out of your shell this week. And it's really about, oh, there's another heart. It's really about being in that kind, within your heart energy and responding instead of reacting. Okay. I really want to bring that home. There's some other charms here. So if you want to pause, take a look and intuit for yourself. If there's more for your reading there, you go right ahead. I'm always available for personal readings, which are much more in depth than any of the group readings I do on YouTube. And my information is down below in the timestamp and in the video description. So I wish you guys much love. You guys, you have some really beautiful heart-opening things happening for you this week. You take care, and I will see you again next week. Bye. Hi, you guys. For those of you who have drawn or chosen our sparkle for tier 2, let's see. We're just going to dig in here and get some charms. Okay, and we are going to draw one card to go with all of these, kind of as a theme. And yeah, I do. It's this one is drawing me. So what do we have? Okay, so we have the right card coming out, and this is talking about you getting at or doing some sort of writing. Now, this can be, you know, working on a project that you've been feeling kind of called to do over this time, you know, whether that's getting at writing a book writing poetry, writing something substantial. But the right card can also be talking about you doing some sort of journaling, daily writing. This could be writing down messages that you feel like the messages that the universe are trying to give you, or your guides and angels. And I also feel with that right card that this is talking about you, writing, as in emailing, texting, communicating with someone that you may have been putting off communicating. And I want to be clear that if you are in no contact with somebody, I'm not talking about you reaching out and breaking your inner agreement with yourself to go no contact with that person. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? Just want to be clear. If you've gone no contact, stay no contact. Just to say that. But this is about making contact with somebody that you've been feeling in your heart that you need to connect with, and doing that, or getting to the writing that you, in your heart, you've been feeling, you've been drawn or being asked to do. So I want to first get to whatever sign we have here. That's no coincidence, guys. Okay. So our astrological sign that we have for you guys is Gemini, which Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. Mercury is the planet of the mind, words. It also represents the hands for whatever reason, working with your hands, and it represents youth. Okay, so on one level, this can be talking about Geminis who are important in your life over the next week, but I feel like it's really Gemini is really reinforcing this right card, where Gemini is so much all about communication, that your communication this week is going to be a big theme for you. Okay. I do want to address this because we also have the planet Saturn here. And Saturn in astrology, Saturn is like father time. And Saturn tends to slow or delay things, like it, where things could be moving along at a pace that you really love. All of a sudden, time starts to slow down and it feels like it's dragging on. So there feels like there's some sort of delays that are happening. And, I almost want to say there could be delays in, if you are contacting somebody, there could be delays in them getting back to you. So don't take that on as meaning, oh, they don't want to talk to me, or, how the mind will interfere. But there could be other things that feel like they're really moving slow for you this week. But the other thing with Saturn is Saturn represents authority figures, father figures, that sort of stuff. So those kind of people could figure prominently for you this week. Now we also have Sagittarius in our mix. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. And whatever Jupiter touches, Jupiter expands. So again, this could be representative of either Jupiter people who have sun or moon in Sagittarius, or this could be, this can also represent higher learning, freedom, really stepping out, breaking free sort of energy here. Now you notice over here we've got a letter that she fell all the way over to here. So we have the letter X, we have L, we have, I think that this is a D, this could be an O, maybe it's an O, and we have A. All right. So, because there aren't that many names that start with X, sometimes they're referring to an X. So it could be that an X is reaching out to contact you and to maybe take your time, right? Take your time and delay just writing back or responding to these people. Okay. And I feel like that's with anybody who's reaching out to you this week, to just take your time before you respond to them. It's going to be important. And I don't know why, but that's just what is happening here. Okay. So we have the feather. And with that feather, I always feel like when feathers are showing up, that is a sign from our angels that they are with us. And I feel like you kind of have some spiritual guidance in your life this week, kind of guiding you. Now, we also have the moon, which in astrology, the moon represents your emotions. So I feel like you guys could get revved up or riled up this week. So that journaling is going to be a good way for you to vent some of your emotions and your feelings. However, the moon also represents the physical body. It represents nurturing. It represents family. So, and it also can represent the public. Okay, so there's quite a few things that go along with that moon energy. So, you know, all of those things or one of those things can really be prominent for you this week. Now, we also have the music sign. And with that music sign, that again, I feel like is reiterating one of the other readings that we have, that, you know, it is about going with the rhythm and the flow this week, to not try to change the tempo of how things are unfolding. But I feel like music is also a good, I don't want to say escape, but I feel like that, you know, if you're, you know, have some emotional events happening for you this week, to really dive into your music that heals your heart and soul and makes you feel good, not puts you down in that depressive mode, you know, because there's something we have one lock, and then we have a heart with a key, and we have another key here, and we have another key here. You got, oh, and another heart, and another heart. Okay, this message is so strong, you guys. Yeah, I feel like there's some emotional stuff definitely coming up to play, like having your heartstrings kind of plucked this week. And I feel like this might be about keeping your heart under lock and key. Like sometimes we don't have to share that inner emotional process that we're going through. Sometimes it's more about us internalizing our process and journaling and going through our own healing, rather than stepping out and responding. I feel like this is about your own inner journey. And I feel like a part of what they're also saying too, though, is that in any of the communicating that you're doing this week, that it's really important that you, you know, don't communicate from this place of feeling emotional, that it's really about doing what you need to kind of get through that emotional upswing and to come down into your heart and into that kind of calmer energy where you don't say anything you regret, that you say things that are honestly true for you, right? That you're speaking from your deepest integrity when it comes to any of your communicating this week. The other one that I do want to point out here is that we have this butterfly. And so butterfly, you know, she is the ultimate symbol of transformation. She is change, but she is also about taking flight. So I feel like there's something about spreading your wings this week, about doing things differently this week, about really exploring that creative force through your written communication, your writing, your creative force. I really need to say that. Now, there are some other charms here, you guys. I'll flip that over for you. So if you want to pause the video and read any of the other charms here, you are more than welcome to intuit that. I want to say I am available for personal readings, which are so much more in depth than our group readings, and all my information is down below in the timestamp and in the video description. Please please do hit the like and subscribe. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys again next week. Take care. Hi guys. For those of you who have chosen our smile stone, let's see what we're gonna dig out some charms here. Wow. Okay, I dug out a ton. That was more than what I intended, but that's okay. And I'm gonna get a card for you guys, and I feel like, no, okay, I will. Darn it. I feel like I'm gonna take that top card, and I'm gonna take this guy here. So what do we, okay, so we have vibrational. All right. So with that vibrational card, I always see this as you, this beautiful little spark. And this is talking about you becoming aware. This energy is like, you know, we could say your aura or your energy, life force out here in the world. And it's about becoming conscious of the energy of who you are and the impact that you have on others around you. Now, the other thing with the vibrational card is there's a lot to do about really stepping into some sort of leadership position, okay? And we have the immunity card, which is about really, really becoming immune or unaffected by the words, opinions, beliefs, or ideas other people have, right? And sometimes it's even immune to our own beliefs, perceptions, etc. that we have of ourselves, right? So if you can hear this in the background, I have this like nature music playing, and it's some sort of, I don't even know what the animal is, but it's happening there. Okay, so we have the sign of Aquarius showing up in the reading today. Okay, and we have Pisces. So these two astrological signs could be people who are important for you this week, but this can also be energy that's kind of you're working with this week. So Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and I find that with Uranus can be like outside the box. There's something about getting outside the box or breaking free of the confines of how you've been operating and living this week, or like this week is more of a freedom week for you, so to speak. But the other thing that comes with Uranus is that it rules electricity. So it's, sometimes there can be shocking, sudden, out of the blue surprises. Now, okay, hold on, because I know that for a lot of you, you're like, holy crap, surprises, out of the blue, shocking, and your mind goes right to the negative. And I want to say, we can have some amazing, great surprises. We can have things pop into our life out of the blue that we didn't expect that are incredible. So please don't let your mind go down that road, okay? I'm just a little warning there. Now, the other sign that we have here with the Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Pisces is a water sign. So Pisces is, the feely intuitive of the zodiac. And so I feel like this week you guys might be amped up as far as your intuition is concerned. You might find yourself more feeling into situations, or just feeling the vibes of people more. Now, with Pisces kind of pulls out and sees things from a higher perspective, more of a spiritual view because it's ruled by Neptune. But the other thing with Neptune is that sometimes Neptune has us wearing these like rose-colored glasses, and we don't quite see things for as they really are. But you know what? Sometimes it's nice to wear rose-colored glasses and to see things in this happier light than through this vision of negativity. But with Uranus, that breaker energy coming through this, I feel like this kind of brings you into a more grounded reality with your intuitiveness, how you're perceiving things. And I want to say that Pisces is highly creative, so I feel like this is definitely a creative week for you guys. Now, this one, I don't think I've seen this charm come out before yet in our readings. So what we have here, we have this hanged man, like this skeleton. And with that hanged man, the skeleton kind of energy, it feels like a lot of the times we can feel like things are suspended, or that things are on hold, or you have been feeling like things are on hold. And I really feel that Uranus or, Aquarius energy is here to kind of break that holding pattern that things have been in. So that sudden out of the blue energy is a very constructive kind of energy that I feel with you guys this week. Now, we do have a tree, so there's a lot about, and a flower. Okay, so we have a flower. Whoops, we'll get that into shot here. A flower and the tree. So I feel like, making your connection into nature is going to be important for you guys this week. Even things like working with crystals, that's also important. Now we have quite a few letters. So we have the letter D, we have the letter J, we have the letter L, we have H, and we have A. Okay, so these letters often, they represent the initials of people who might factor as being important in your lives this week. But I also want to say, we have this bicycle, and I want to say that really goes with the energy of this hanged man, which, that suspended energy, which is like a stagnant kind of energy. I feel like that's kind of breaking through for you guys this week, and where you feel like you really get some motion going in your life, like things start to move forward. And let's see, what else do we have here? I don't even know what the heck that thing is. So we have the elephant. Okay, now elephants traditionally are like good luck. They are abundance. And I feel like there is some sort of breaking through, especially with that vibrational card and that immunity card, not being immune to those opinions, ideas, beliefs, so that there's some sort of energy that's moving in here to break you through these stagnant patterns that are bringing through more of this, being aware of who you are, the energy of who you are, and manifesting more of the good that you're wanting in your life. Okay. Now, we do have some other charms here, you guys. You're more than welcome to pause the video, take a peek, and, feel into your own intuition and see what they have to say. I am available for personal readings, and they are much more in depth than our group readings could ever be. And the information is down below in the timestamp and video description. Hit the like, subscribe. I am so honored you stayed with me this week. I hope to see you guys again next week. Take care.